Hello and welcome to the Online Vocal Academy live stream. If you are here joining us right now, send a comment to us in the comment box. We can see you. Let us know that you can see us, or see me and hear me. And good evening, good morning. It's morning time here where we are in Hong Kong, or good afternoon, wherever you are tuning in from. Let us know you're watching in the comments, that you can hear me okay, you can see me okay. I'm so excited to be here. This is my 24th live stream for this, which means we launched this Online Vocal Academy, which is our online branch of our company, 2 years ago, exactly 2 years ago. So happy anniversary, Online Vocal Academy. It's been 2 years since we first launched the Online Vocal Academy. And every month since I launched 2 years ago, I've been going live with a guest expert just to share their experiences so that I can learn more, and then I can share their experiences with all of you as well. We can all learn together. And this is what really music is all about. It's about connecting and sharing. Today, I see people here coming in. Hello, Jenny. Hello, Christina. Thank you, Steve. Hello. Yes, happy anniversary. Absolutely. All right. Today's topic is the art of vocal coaching. So what does it really take to be a great vocal coach? Do all singers really need one, right? Do you need a vocal coach to become a great singer? Today's guest expert is someone very, very special. Not only is she a legendary singer and Hong Kong's top vocal coach to the stars, she's also my mother. Yes, today we have the one and only Christine Samson joining us live. Christine was recently featured as a vocal coach for TVB's hit singing competition, Stars Junior Academy, or in Cantonese, it's聲夢JUNIOR. And today, she's going to be sharing key insights and takeaways from this experience. And of course, she's going to be sharing her insights on the art of vocal coaching. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Crystal Diaz, co-founder of the Online Vocal Academy, where we help people find and cultivate their true voices through singing so that they can express themselves confidently and powerfully. So I'm running a free 5-day challenge called the 515 Singing Challenge, where over 5 days, I'm going to teach you 5 of our top vocal techniques that we've been teaching our recording artist students for years. These techniques will help you get your voice working in top condition. Plus, I'm also going to be teaching you how to sing one hit pop song line by line, so that at the end of the 5 days, you're going to have 5 awesome techniques that you can work on. And they are timeless, genre-free techniques that can be applied to any genre. Plus, you're going to have a great song that you can add to your repertoire. The challenge will be from May 9th to the 13th. It's completely virtual, which means you can participate from anywhere in the world, and it's free too. So sign up. To sign up, just visit 515sing.com. That's the number 5, number 1, number 5, 515sing.com. My guest today is legendary multi-award winning singer and is one of Hong Kong's most sought after celebrity vocal coaches. She mentors many of Asia's most popular singers like Joey Yong Zhou, Jem, Fiona Si Hai Kei, Susanna Kwan Gok Ying, Miriam Yang Qinhua, Vivian Chao Zhao Weiman, Alex Fong Li Sun, to name but a few. That's just skimming the surface here. To learn more about Christine, visit our website, www.csmastudio.com. Christine has been featured in many television shows as a singer and voice coach, including most recently on TVB's hit singing competition, Stars Junior Academy, or聲夢JUNIOR. And of course, she also happens to be my vocal coach and my mother. Welcome, Christine Samson. And she is here with me in person. Usually my guests are live streaming.
Hi, everybody. And congratulations, Crystal. Happy anniversary.
Yes. Happy anniversary to the Online Vocal Academy and all of our members. We have members that have been with us, founding members, since day one of the launch 2 years ago. And definitely it's something to celebrate for all of us.
Amazing.
All right. So first question is, how long have you been a vocal coach? I feel like I should know this, but I couldn't think when you were officially starting to vocal coach, but I also know that you were coaching like way before you officially became a
My
vocal
first-
coach.
I mean, officially, what's officially is when you get your
I
school
guess,
fee
or like when
something
you
that.
started to advertise.
No, when I think that my very first lesson, I was about 14 years old, 13, 14 years old.
So you were teaching other people how to sing at 13 or 14 years old?
Funny, no, it's just that the neighbors, the aunties talk
Yes.
to my mother, and they would say, "Oh, can your daughter teach my son?" Like this. And
Back in the day, that's what you do.
Actually, you won't believe it. My very first one was John Lone.
Yes,
a neighbor.
That's right.
Yeah.
John Lone, who is
The
Last Emperor, lead actor of The Last Emperor. He was in many, many movies, award-winning, legendary actor. Yes, I remember growing up hanging out with John, actually.
He was at your graduation.
He was at our wedding as well. Absolutely. And so that's interesting. For those of you who are new tuning in, Christine, of course, was already a professional singer by that time. So when did you start singing? At like,
we started rehearsing at the age of 13, then 14, almost going on 15, we started really professionally.
Yes.
In a hotel.
Right. You're in at 13. I guess the labor laws were very different back then. And so 13, 14 years old, already, in a nightclub with your brothers and sisters, performing, rehearsing, and making money.
Yeah.
And then that's why traveling. That's right. You toured all over the world. And that's why people start to know you and said, "Hey, you sing. Can you teach my child?"
Always. Right. When I get them, most of the time I just come back down from the stage and they would ask grandma, my mother, and then say, "Oh, can your daughter teach? Can your daughter?" Also always like this. And my mother is very kind. So okay.
Yeah, she can teach for her. But yet, even though you were teaching at the tender age of 13 years old, you actually trained to be a voice coach and later in life. I know that. I remember that very well. And so why did you feel you needed to be in teacher training? Because you already had a multi-decade long career as a singer, and you had already been teaching ad hoc here and there. So why do you feel you needed that structured learning?
I think I'm curious. I was curious. I wanted to know a little bit more about teaching skills, what's going on around the world, because I have all this experience and I've seen results with my students, but I wanted to know more, just so that I can compare with my notes and stuff. That's I always, and still today I'm still learning a lot of things.
Absolutely. And I think it was because you started to, I remember I was in university at the time, and you started to do the teacher training course. And I always found that really fascinating. And because you always said, "Oh, I don't like to study," but I remember you making all these notes, and we still have them.
You remember?
Yeah, we still have them. I have them somewhere here. It's like binders of all the notes. She would like draw all these things. And I was like, wow, my mother's studious. I didn't know that.
I know, and that's not me, right?
I know, she's always like, "I don't study," but yet she's here scrapping. So what do you feel is the most rewarding thing about being a vocal coach, coming on the other end now? Like, I mean, well, let me go back a little bit. So vocal coaching was not something that you thought you were going to do, right?
Yes, yeah.
Because you were always a singer first and foremost. Singer first and foremost. Yeah. And vocal coaching kind of landed on you, right?
It's always with me. Somehow since like I told you, since 13. Mm-hmm. Now and then, I've taught a lot of like friends, neighbors, daughters, sons. Because of grandma.
Go teach, right? Yes, but do you find that teaching has now become sort of a new life calling for you?
I think so, especially when I decided after my learning at that time, especially that somehow there were people like starting to come, and I didn't want like 9 to 5, and I'm so used to going out and then nighttime singing or just on TV or recording, but now to sit in the studio for like 8 hours. It was really not easy for me, but I enjoyed so much. The only thing is I didn't feel that I was working, because I was meeting a lot of different people, and I realized that how much I love and be interested in people. Yeah.
So would you say that that's the most rewarding thing about being a vocal coach, is getting to meet different kinds of people?
Exactly. And then seeing them, main thing, seeing them improve. That's my most rewarding.
And what is that identity like for you as, in a room with singer Christine Samson and being in a room with vocal coach Christine Samson? Is that energy, do you feel the energy is very different in those scenarios?
Especially when I was a singer, put on a pedestal all the time, and now I was on stage, right? Spotlight. Then all of a sudden I'm teaching, and very, very naturally it came to me that I have to forget that I'm an artist. I'm a singer. I have to focus on my student. Because if as an artist to another singer, to another student, they can be artists, they're just ordinary people. But I don't, if I want to relay some messages to them, I have to be a little bit more humble and get rid of, like
the stage performer persona.
Yeah, I remember me, I will not, I don't think I can ever be like that, because as a teacher, this is one of the main thing I teach my vocal coaches is their attitude. You forget about yourself. The focus is right on the student, whoever they are, kids or adults. Just focus on them, what you can do for them, how you can hear what their weakness are, and then give them something to bring home and study. And I always anticipate and really, really looking forward to that wow moment that I always get. That's my passion.
I love that too. And I think all vocal coaches who might be watching this now would recognize that as well, in terms of, when you are working with a student and that student just clicks, something clicks and has that aha moment.
I know.
Something changes in them. There's a shift in energy.
So
that really is the one of the most rewarding experiences for me as well. Would you say that switch in persona, understanding that switching from, okay, me as a performer to now I'm a vocal coach, I'm now serving you, I'm helping you achieve, find your voice, then was that something that you learned, or something like in your teacher training, or was that something that you had to really figure out on your own through experience?
Nothing I learned from that. You cannot learn that. I think it's your own personality. That's why its main thing is very important, is how you approach how do you approach as a vocal coach, how sincere you are, but not natural, but you just have to be natural, just be yourself.
You have to be authentic.
Yeah, and also you have your main thing is focus on them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Simply, yeah.
Can anybody truly learn to sing better with the right vocal coach? Anyone? Or are there some students who just are very challenging to teach?
Okay, you see, you get all kinds, right? And you have to, as a vocal coach, you have to know, this person needs this and that, but you don't use one formula for any student. Everyone is different. So that's the experience you get for vocal coaches, especially when they're new, they don't get that experience. So they will always use just one tool. But we cannot use just one tool, And so that is the challenging part, the most interesting part I love.
It is true. When you're in a lesson with a student and you have to observe so many different factors, right? You're observing their body language. You're not just listening to their voice. You're observing how they are reacting to you, responding to you as well.
Exactly.
And then you have to figure out not just the vocal exercise to help them, but like, how do you talk about it?
Yes. One thing is very, very easy to find out is when they ask you a question, you know how much they know. And that you really welcome that question. Some difficult times would be a person who's not talking, responding not that much. At the end of the day, is that you already tried, and then you see the improvement. Can you see the improvement? They would say, no. Those will need a little more time. And then sometimes they will call back and say, that was a fantastic lesson. That was.
It's so true. So I guess so then it's true. Anybody can learn to sing, but they need to come with something to work with, right? Yeah. If somebody, as long as you're open to learning, you can absolutely learn to become
definitely anything.
Anybody.
If I'm interested,
anybody. Anything.
anything, right?
Yes.
Anything. If you want to learn anything,
That's true.
you say, okay, wow, he's such a good painter.
Mm.
I don't paint, I don't draw. If you have passion, you'll be able to. Don't compare, but just you'll be able to do it.
Yeah, that's true. I remember there are some students who the learning process becomes delayed or is a harder journey if there's a lot of comparison, right? If there's I want to sound exactly like this person, or I don't like the way I sound. There's a lot of self-criticism, a lot of self-doubt. So a lot of the times, if we see the same thing for you as well, is that learning as a vocal coach, you have to navigate that journey with the student, and every journey is a little bit different. And you want to pace things out differently. So that's why it's hard to, when students ask, well, how long will I see an improvement? Well, it actually depends on you, right?
True.
Right?
True.
So it really depends on the kind of journey that that every student is on. And, as a vocal coach, I think we all need to learn to maneuver around that. And that definitely does take experience to do that.
I remember when I was invited to Beijing to this, I think it's called
the university?
The university, yeah.
In Beijing?
The modern school.
Right. Yes.
Then I was just invited to visit, but I didn't know there was a surprise that they had my name on in the front of the school, and the principals all came, and then they showed me their place, and I went into this like small hall, their school hall, and so wow, it's a full house. Oh, nice, something I'm going to be, enjoying, right? But I didn't know they all went there for me. It was just like overwhelming.
So wait, hold on. You were invited as come and check out our school, and then you're there, and all of a sudden your name is on, and there's a whole auditorium full of people.
Now here, there was.
I thought I was here to take a tour.
Then I was, where it was very cold. I was wearing this like big down jacket, like a hillbilly. Then I went in there and they said, "Oh yeah, come up," and I didn't know they stood up, and then they clap hands, and I said, "Oh nice," and I was waiting for that. Do you mind coming up on the stage and talk? I said,
maybe next time those people should have briefed you a little bit better, a little bit more preparation time.
But sometimes I look back. If I prepare, how I am. If I prepare too much, I'm restricted. I need to just spontaneous. But of course, sometimes I make mistakes, but I prefer that way, actually.
That brings up a very interesting point, and just in terms of even singing, right? Sometimes it's not about everything has to be perfect. And if you follow all the rules, sometimes that makes you very restricted. It's hard for you to feel free if there's too many rules in place, right?
True.
So that's singing, right? Art, everything like that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What kind of students do you have? I think a lot of people do assume that you have a lot of artist students. You only teach professional singers. You teach a lot of professional singers. Yeah. But that's not the only people that you teach.
It's funny, when I started giving many hours, all of a sudden there's so many people coming in. Most of them were artists. Okay, I would say 70 to 30%, right?
I remember.
Yeah. Then later on, because of word of mouth and all that, so it became like 50-50, 60-40, like this. But usually artists more. Yeah.
And what kind of people who came who are non-artists, non-professional singers, they still want to learn how to sing, but what kinds of people are there?
I tell you, there are so many. The ones that they really had passion, but they wanted to be a singer for a long time. They could sing actually, but the parents would not allow. So they have kids. They became doctors and lawyers. Then they retired. So those guys would love to come over. Now people play golf, I sing. So I got a lot of those, and some ladies, and they are they can sing, but they just want to be better. It's just like I want to do, I want to play golf, but I want to learn better. That's how it is. It's like a hobby.
And I do believe that if there's something that you really love and you really enjoy, and you learn to get better at it, and also you can see your improvement, it actually becomes so much more enjoyable, and it becomes this sort of addictive thing, right?
People ask me, when are you going to retire? You're so busy. You have to take care. I said, was I working? I just sometimes
that's the best thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel so blessed.
When you're working, but it doesn't feel like you're working. I definitely resonate with that for sure. I mean, some of the students in our online vocal academy program people, none of them are professional singers, and none of them want to be professional singers, but they love singing.
Yeah.
They want to get better. And now, especially those who have been with us for 2 years now, they have their own little studio in their room. We have one of our members bought herself a vocal booth in her room.
Look, my new mic.
Yes, we are sharing. What mic did you get, and what
So we're sharing
what
notes,
mixer?
yeah.
It's quite
So
amazing.
exciting.
And then people are they record their own demos, and really, there is a side of like, well, why would you do that? What's the purpose of doing that? And really, actually, it's just a lot of fun. And when you hear yourself improve, it's something that is just you're doing for yourself. And
I
think
of purposes.
Yeah,
I feel sorry if a person who say, I don't sing, I don't like music, I don't like singing, because they deprive themselves of something that is so great. So great. You can sing yourself. You're unhappy, you sing, and then you just so happy. And if you're happy and you sing, you're more happy.
It's true. And the energy changes too when you are singing. I feel like it changes the energy.
Yes.
It's a very incredibly powerful tool for personal self-expression.
Yeah.
It changes you. It changes the people around you. So all in all,
Yeah.
I want to shift gears a little bit and talk a little bit more about your experiences with the TVB hit show singing competition. I know that you had filmed that quite a few months ago, but it was only aired recently. It's the Stars Junior Academy that was aired on TV, or聲夢JUNIOR. How many contestants did you work? So first of all, just to provide people with some context, Christine was invited to be a featured guest coach for this season of聲夢JUNIOR, or Stars Junior Academy, and they assigned you, is that right? Assigned you a group of contestants.
Yeah.
And how old were the contestants?
13 to 15.
13 to 15 years old. And how many did you work with during that time?
About 6. They were about 20 or 18 of them. I taught about 6 or 7.
I see. So what was that experience like for you, like from your perspective, just in general? What was it like? Was it rewarding? Was it challenging? All of the above?
Well, same thing. I love working with people, especially kids. When I'm with kids, I am in their world. I talk their language. So we enjoy ourselves very much. And when I see the improvement, it's like you would see a whole bunch together, and you see them getting closer with the bonding. And then I teach them harmonies. Then they started to love more. The ones who are like not enough confidence became more confident, and then the good ones, they're able to like catch up with the good ones. So those moments are very rewarding. Yeah.
And so a lot of times those moments don't get captured on camera.
I know.
I remember when you were sharing with me before, during that filming period, how you were helping with them with the harmonies, and you were trying to record the different parts. And I just remember how you were describing that experience behind the cameras of them trying to learn and figure it out, and calling you in the middle of the night.
I love these young kids when they have such passion. And they reminded me of ourselves before. We were like a bunch of, when I think back, we were like a bunch of winding doors. Once you go up there, we were quiet. Off stage, when we go up there, with lights on, stage up, then we start playing, and like wind up dolls to me.
What would you say is one of the challenges that many of the contestants that you work with really had to overcome?
They were very nervous. Yeah.
So stage fright.
Stage fright.
And they were nervous about
they don't have enough confidence in themselves.
Yeah.
But when they're on stage, you see them, each performance, they have more confidence, because they have each other. They're closer. So if they have each other to like, support.
And would you say that a lot of the times, to what extent is mindset a factor in how you work with students? I think there's two sides to it, right? There's a technical side of singing, and then there's a performance side, the delivery, the style side, but also there's a big component of mindset. So in what would you say that a lot of the times was you, not really counseling, but in terms of, talking them through, how did you help them overcome those nervousness?
Well, I share, when you feel that way, I used to feel that way. This is common. You're not alone. I have to, share these little moments that I had. And when they tell me their experience, I totally, understood that, because I could relay it. So that's how I talk to them. And usually it helps them a lot.
I think that's already one of the biggest reasons to have a vocal coach in your life, or to have a coach in your life, somebody you can turn to. And when you realize in those moments where you are nervous or where you are self-doubting, comparing, you're lost into that zone of comparing or self-criticism, you need a mirror. You need somebody who can say, I get it. You're not alone. This is common. We're going to move through it, right?
Even Tiger Woods need a coach, right?
Absolutely.
So we need a feedback, or and then that angle to look at ourselves. Yeah.
So true. All right. So I have one final question, and thank you all those who are posting, and I see you all here. James, I'm going to just give a couple shout outs here. Oh, Dr. Erin. Hello. Chloe is here.
Hi,
hey,
Erin.
Chloe. Maggie. Hey, Maggie. Juliana. Hello. James. James Chong. Hello. Stephen Tan. Angelina
Hi,
Diaz.
Angelina. Hi,
Angelina's
how are you?
here. Amazing.
Aw.
Renee. Hey, Renee. Wood Dawn. Be positive to M. Hello from India.
Hi, sis.
And hello, Auntie Lizzie from Florida. Thank you all for being here with us and sharing your time. Now, final question here before we wrap up. And of course, to all my Singers Connect students, we have a bonus session with Christine. We have a bonus Zoom call. So stay tuned for that. It's going to happen right after this live stream. But for final question, if there's someone out there who's considering joining a competition, a singing competition like that, I know that since then we've had a flood of inquiries from the show. Students singers out there wanting to join competition. What general advice would you give them?
For the young ones, or I think it's just main thing is preparation. It's very important, because it will overcome a little bit of that stress. You know your song, you know your voice. Some people say, "Oh, I know that song. I can memorize it, the words." That's not enough. Like you have to know the song. So like when you memorize it, you don't write the second verse. It's like this. You don't think that way. You have just
it has to be in your body.
Yeah, in your blood.
Yeah, absolutely. Preparation is so important. And that's why sometimes, I know that my mother and I, we have our own conversations like, oh, so-and-so came. And like, when is they performing? Tomorrow. And they came today.
Yeah.
It's like, I've been so busy. And I'm like, okay.
Well, how do we approach them? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Then, especially the ones that we never knew. They were not our students.
Yes, new students.
Have so many,
which has happened so many times.
Yeah.
I know that you are.
It's like
Exactly. Sometimes you're on call in the middle of the night. Somebody's calling you. I need help with this song. And when are you performing? In 2 hours.
I know what happened. And then we just go on on WhatsApp or something.
All right. So thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us today. Thank you to all those who are tuning in right now.
Thank you for having me.
I hope that this has been inspiring for you, and I look forward to having more of bringing my mother onto a live stream and sharing her experience, wealth of experience. To all my Singers Connect students, we will see you in a moment for our bonus Zoom call with Christine. So please join us. Go ahead and click that link to Zoom right now. If you enjoyed this interview, be sure to like and subscribe to our Online Vocal Academy YouTube channel. And if you want to join me for online for my 5-day free singing challenge, where you will learn 5 of the top vocal techniques that we teach our students all the time. And one hit pop song, I'm going to teach you that song line by line. And you get to hang out with other people from around the world who enjoy singing as much as you do. Then visit 515, that's number 515, sing, SING.com, 515sing.com. Sign up there for free. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I will see you all again next month for another live conversation about music, passion, and creativity. Until then, see you. Oh, wait, one more thing. Auntie Lizzie says, you left out coaching your sisters during her 20 years professional career. That's true. Coaching your sisters. Thank you for the reminder. All right, see you all very soon. Bye-bye.